we're going to be talking about multiple genes. If you don't have your notebook out, go ahead and get it out. Your title for today can be multiple genes. You've probably heard the word multiple before. Multiple just means more than one, okay? So let's take a look at this Punnett square. What do all of the ones that are labeled dark, these salmon-y colored ones, what do they all have in common? Take a second, write something down. It's okay if you're not correct. You might have told me that they all have a capital A and a capital B. You'd be right. Or they all have 3 capital letters, okay? If you said a capital A and a capital B, let's take a look. Well, this red has a capital A and capital B, but it's dark red. And this one has a capital A and capital B, and it's medium. So just because it has a capital A and a capital B doesn't mean it's going to be this color. So let's take a look now of all the medium individuals, these guys. What do they all have in common? You might have found that they have 2 dominant genes, 2 capital letters. Again, if you got that wrong, it's okay. I won't be grading on correctness for these. So in nature, traits are often controlled by more than one gene. Okay, you can go ahead and write this down in your notebook. Okay, many of the genes that are in your body are not just as simple as big A or little a. Okay, in fact, they're controlled by lots of different genes. Maybe there's 5 or 10 genes that all contribute to your height. It's not just one single gene or one single point on a chromosome. Same thing with your eye color. This is why we have so many different eye colors. Even when you look at people with blue eyes, there's lots of different variations of blue. Okay, or lots of variations of green or brown or hazel. Skin color, that's controlled by lots of different genes. That's why we have lots of different skin colors. And then weight. Obviously, your diet plays into your weight as well, but your weight is controlled by a lot of different genes. If you need more time, go ahead and hit pause. I'm going to move on. All right, so here is an example, okay? You don't need to write this down if you don't want to. If you want to, go ahead, all right? So for our example here, red is dominant, and they'll always tell you what color is going to be dominant for these. Typically, they'll tell you. White is going to be recessive, okay? If we have 4 dominant genes, it'll make very dark red kernels. So we're talking about corn here. If we have 3 dominant genes, it's going to make dark red kernels. 2 dominant genes, red kernels. 1 light red, and 0 white. So if we go back, right, to this Punnett square, we can kind of see, right, dark red, a little bit less dark, medium, light, and white. So that's an example, okay? And they're telling us that the more dominant genes you have, the darker the color in this instance, okay? The fewer dominant genes, the lighter the kernels. So let's take a look at some of these examples, okay? In this example, we have 2 dominant genes, right? So if we go back to our chart, 2 dominant genes, that would make a red kernel, okay? Here, again, we have 2 dominant genes. They're different dominant genes, but it's just counting up how many dominant ones. So we would have 2 red kernels here. Here we have 3 dominant genes. So we go back, 3 dominant genes produce dark red kernels. So this individual would have dark red kernels, okay? What would an individual with 4 dominant genes have? Go ahead and answer that on the side. 4 dominant genes, what color? They would have very, very dark, right? very dark red kernels for 4 dominant genes. Okay, awesome. So let's do an example to see how this works. It says cross a medium red wheat. Okay. Notice it's medium because it's got 2 dominant letters with a dark red, and dark red has 3. So they already told us that dominant is red and recessive is white. Okay. So we need to assign letters. Well, they already assigned us letters, right? The difference here is that the capital letters are going to code for red, right? Because the more dominant, the more capitals we have, the more red we have. The lowercase ones are going to code for white. So in this case, when we assign letters, okay, you're going to have 2 letters coding for red, 2 letters for white. So mom and dad, they already gave us those. Okay, so we just copy them down, right, in our 7 steps. Again, we have to do the combinations here. Okay, for big R, big S, little s. So how many different combinations could we get for dad? How many different combinations could we get for mom? This is similar to the dihybrid questions we did, right? Where we've got to figure out what are all the combinations of R and S we can have. So you'll notice for this one, we've got 4 different combinations, okay, of R's and S's. This one we only get 2. Why? Because there's duplicates, right? It could be big R, big S, big R, big S. Well, those are the same, so we only need to write it down once, okay? Then we just set up our Punnett square, same as always, okay? Take a second and think about, what is this Punnett square gonna look like? Which one are we going to use? Did you say this one? If you did, you're correct. How do we know? Well, 2 across the top, 4 down the side. You could have drawn it the other way, like flip-flopped it, so 2 here and 4 the other way. It doesn't matter, okay? So you can do it, draw it either way. So we fill in this Punnett square, okay? Remember, scientists usually write the R's together and then the S's together, okay? So the same letters are written together. So typically we don't see like RS, RS, we would see RRSS, okay? And then we just analyze, right? So remember, very dark red, we've got 4 dominant. So how many squares are going to have 4 dominant? 1, right? How many are going to be dark red? Okay, dark red would be 3 dominant. So for 3 dominant letters, I see 1, I see 2, I see 3, okay? Red is going to be 2 dominant letters. How many do we see that have 2 dominant letters? 1, 2, 3, okay? Light red is going to be 1 dominant letter. How many are there? Just 1. And we don't have any white. Remember, white would be 0 dominant letters, okay? Awesome. So here they are filled in, okay? So here's another example of a problem, okay? I'm not going to go through this problem, but I will help you if you need it